Today I'm going to be talking about two products, new releases from the brand BLÜH ALCHEMY, featured in September's Beauty Heroes box. Fourth or fifth box that BLÜH ALCHEMY has been in with Beauty Heroes. So if you've been with Beauty Heroes for a while, you will be pretty familiar with this brand. But these are two new releases. I always find it exciting when brands release new products into a beauty box, but specifically a Beauty Heroes box. I had done a quick 4 or 5 minute sort of flash review on Instagram, I think the day or the day after that this box had released. But I wanted to come on and do a full video here on YouTube because my bold statement is that I think this is my favorite box of the year so far. I mean, there's 3 months remaining of boxes, with the exception that in February there was a box with one of my favorite skincare brands of all time, Earthwise Beauty, and that was also a new release into a box with the Isadora very, very moisturizing face balm that I use as a moisturizing face mask. BLÜH ALCHEMY is run by a woman named Becky Blue. She's super nice, wonderful human that I've kind of chatted with over DM throughout the years. I had really kind of fallen in love with the brand with their vitamin C product, and this was years ago, and it was when I was starting to really question the utility and functionality, I guess, of synthetic vitamin C serums that use ascorbic acid. Now everyone uses the tetrahexyldecyl form, and I think even BLÜH ALCHEMY has started to put that form in their vitamin C serum, if I'm not mistaken. But the first generation of that serum was essentially a whole food vitamin C type of product with a lot of Australian botanicals. So that's really the focus of BLÜH ALCHEMY. She utilizes a lot of ingredients that are native to Australia, herbs and plants and extracts. And I've just always found her formulations to be unique without being trendy. And that is something that I really wanted to highlight in these two products in particular, because on the face of it, this doesn't really seem like a very Mercedes-like box. If you know my taste in skincare, so I should tell you what the products are. A Superfruit AHA and BHA resurfacing mask and a Vital Moisture mask. That would kind of be up my alley. But the exfoliating mask, typically you may think that I wouldn't be into it. However, I do like very well done enzymatic and acid exfoliating products to use extremely sparingly, but I'll get into kind of the usage of it a little bit later in the video. So I kind of think of these as co-heroes, but I think they actually, Beauty Heroes had designated the Superfruit BHA, AHA and BHA mask as their sidekick, and the Vital Moisture mask I think is the hero product, but in my mind they're kind of co-heroes. Each of these masks are 1.7 fluid ounces. They retail for $68 for the resurfacing mask and $74 for the Vital Moisture mask. They're housed in beautiful white ceramic. Again, kind of a unique packaging choice that I think is just beautiful. I've always loved the etching and design on her products. Okay, let me give you a peek at what these look like, because visually they're beautiful and kind of make me think of, you know how the Lil Fox boxes that have come in Beauty Heroes are very grammable, right? Like they're this sort of pastel purple or a pink or a periwinkle type of color, which is what the recent Lil Fox box from this year. My point with that is just that these products also bring a really beautiful visual element to them. So this kind of cool icy blue is the Superfruit AHA and BHA mask. And this, it reminds me of carrot juice. This is the Vital Moisture mask. They have a very similar scent, which is a non-synthetic smelling Hawaiian punch. That's what it smells like to me. This one maybe has a touch more of like a cool quality to it. And this is just, I don't know, a little bit more berry and not as kind of icy smelling. I don't know if those are very good descriptors. Okay, the Superfruit AHA and BHA mask, I just wanted to talk about some of the superpower ingredients. So finger lime caviar fruit extract, that's been a mainstay in a lot of BLÜH ALCHEMY's products. Lychee fruit extract, papaya. My skin responds well to most papayas. I actually have had intense reactions to papaya enzymes and products, but for the most part, I seem to do very well with it. pineapple fruit extract, salicylic acid, liposome. So liposome just means that the delivery system of whatever the molecule is encased in fat. That's my understanding, learning about liposomal delivery systems for vitamins, for example. So I think that that's the same in skincare. And silky oil grass extract. So it says the exquisite aquamarine hue is not just for show. A compound of extraordinary plants, including neem, basil, turmeric, and eggplant drop, also provides soothing benefits, but that's what's giving it the color. And then the Vital Moisture Mask, the superpower ingredients in this are Bua Mera fruit oil, something I've never heard of, Baridi fruit oil, Resurrection plant extract. That's an ingredient that I feel like I've seen African Botanics formulate with. Queen Garnet plum extract, sea kelp bioferment. To me, that I feel like I've seen that in maybe Biophile. I don't know if they use sea kelp bioferment specifically, but they think they did biofermentation in their formulation. And snow mushroom extract, which I've also seen in Becky's ingredient lists before. So the sea kelp bioferment, snow mushroom, and marshmallow in this have that jelly-like texture that create a protective film to seal in moisture and prevent transepidermal water loss, which we're always talking about in skincare. Resurrection plant, known for its ability to survive extreme drought conditions, helps hydrate skin at its deepest layers. The Queen Garnet plum sounds like it's kind of the creme de la creme ingredient in here, known as the queen of antioxidants. It's a cellular extract. It's supposed to help with photoaging, reduce the appearance of UVA, UVB-induced damage, etc. I think this is a great time of year for these products because now that we're transitioning to fall, there's two things. One, we're not going to be in the sun as much, right? Like we're transitioning into fall, the sun is not as strong. We're doing more fall-like activities. Not that we're not going to be outside, but people are not necessarily going to the beach and spending all day out in, July sun, obviously. So with that in mind, it's a good time of year now to introduce an exfoliator that works for your skin. And this one is just so extremely gentle. That's why I love it so much and was just really blown away with it. But now that we're going to be spending more time indoors, I think it's nice to introduce an exfoliator also because seasonal skin transition can leave people with kind of wonky skin. Maybe your skin is just kind of out of balance. It needs a little bit of a reset. So I appreciate that this curation is also really, really well timed. There is a touch of hyaluronic acid in the Vital Moisture Mask. If it were not for that, these would be kind of perfect ingredient lists in my opinion because they don't have ingredients that I personally am uncomfortable with, like retinol, and that's kind of like the main offender. Bakuchiol, I avoid. I think it's in some of Becky's other products. I don't think that there's synthetic vitamin C or the tetrahexyldecyl in these. I don't know if there's propylene glycol. That's an ingredient I've been doing more research into. It's basically a skin penetrator. The ingredient lists I'm very happy with the exception of that little touch of hyaluronic acid in the, I believe it's in the moisture mask. So I got these in the mail last month. I kind of tore in, was really excited to test them out. And I did the Superfruit BHA AHA mask on clean skin. I left it on about 5 to 10 minutes. This is again, inaugural use. I experienced absolutely no stinging, no uncomfortable pinprick type of sensations, which are really common with products like this, even sort of the gentle ones. So much so that I generally, if I want to use those, I have to kind of buffer them with an oil or a flash mask with them. And I tend to not even really like the results that much, I think because they are somewhat irritating to my skin. But this was just cooling, very comfortable, absolutely no uncomfortable sensation. Rinsed it off and I had no kind of contact redness. I had beautifully, gently exfoliated skin. I was floored, honestly, from the first use. I have normal, somewhat sensitive, reactive skin. Extremely picky about exfoliators because even ones that I like, I can get a bit of sensation from or a bit of that immediate redness kick up. This just had none of that. And so I was able to declutter out of my routine the Audacity Rose Gommage, which is also a hyaluronic acid heavy product. But I did like that Audacity product to serve a similar purpose that this would, just if I'm really feeling like once a month, I just need to exfoliate and get kind of a refresh. That's what I was using. Yeah, I was just absolutely floored with the experience of this. I went on to take a shower, and then when I got out of the shower, I did like a 10 or 20 minute moisture mask after I had done the exfoliation. My skin the next day was beautiful. I feel like I had retained benefits of the gentle, the exfoliation is so gentle, because I feel like when you say my skin retained the exfoliating benefits for days after, it makes it seem like it was very aggressive. But I just felt like I had really gently, perfectly resurfaced skin in a way that I'm comfortable with. You guys know that I'm extremely conservative with my approach to skin. I do not overtreat my skin. I really want like the most gentle, supportive, protective, nourishing products. I don't like to upset my skin at all. I believe in supporting the skin, maintaining the thickness and integrity of your skin, which is why I do not use retinol. So yes, and I have also now been experimenting with using the Vital Moisture Mask as a sleeping mask. I had talked to Becky about this, what she thought about it. And she said, obviously it's totally fine to do. The only issue would be you could transfer a bit of pigment staining to sheets. But I think if you're applying a thin enough layer and soon enough in the evening before going to bed, it wouldn't be an issue. It was not an issue for me the couple times that I have tried it. So it would just be after cleansing, oil cleansing my skin, I would do a little bit of toner, a little bit of an eye product, and then a very thin layer of this, just kind of I'd kind of treat it like a moisturizer. It does have that jelly consistency, but if you use a very thin, light layer, it just leaves a bit of tackiness on the skin. So if you have tried the Verite, I forget the full name of the product, but there was a Boxwalla box featuring 2 products from the, I think, New Zealand or Australian brand Verite. It was a hand cream and like a jelly mask. And I really liked using the jelly mask as just a sleeping mask. Like you could mix it with an oil or put an oil down underneath. I just liked a thin layer of this and the Verite mask. So yeah, and I just feel like it's a very nice sleeping mask if you're feeling like your skin, you don't want to do like a full exfoliation routine, but you just kind of want like a once a week type of thing. This is a sleeping mask. So I did want to comment on the instructions, because for the Superfruit AHA BHA mask, the directions say apply a generous layer to clean dry skin, avoiding eye area, leave on 5 to 10 minutes, rinse off with warm water, follow with toner moisturizer, use 1 to 2 times a week. In my opinion, that's aggressive. For me, once, twice a month max. So I did just want to comment on the frequency of use, because if I were to use this 1 or 2 times a week, I feel like it could throw my skin out of balance. So I think it's just knowing what you need personally in a skincare product. And then the Vital Moisture Mask, again, I would pair it for like a Sunday, once a month type of routine, and take a bath and just kind of make a whole session out of it, I guess, if you will. But as a sleeping mask, once a week would be perfect for me with something like this. And that's kind of how I've been using it. Really thoroughly enjoying it. It allowed me to declutter some stuff out of my skincare stash. I did a whole video for Patreon last month on decluttering my skincare. It was probably the most successful declutter I've ever done, skincare or makeup. I reduced 2 big cartons or like containers down to like a smattering of things in one container. It was really something to behold in my opinion. So you can go to Patreon if you want to see that video and get access to the archive of all the past videos I've done as well there. But I'm just so happy with these, and I shared my effusive love with Becky, and I think they're beautiful products. And I love, again, I'll just end on this point, I love that there's nothing trendy about them. There's no CBD, there's no kind of hot new ingredient really. I just think they're extremely well formulated. I know that Becky spends years on her formulas. I know that she's really impeccable with her sourcing. And I've just always been impressed with the fresh and very alive quality that I get from BLÜH ALCHEMY, similar to the freshness and vitality in Earthwise. but they're different. They're very different perspectives on products, just in terms of textures and scent profiles and yeah, like the intention of the products, right? So I've always really liked BLÜH ALCHEMY. Some products work for me more than others, but overall, I really appreciate this perspective in skincare. It's really like a breath of fresh air. And I have not been interested in really any skincare for over a year, like a year and a half, coming on 2 years. So this really ignited enthusiasm in me and I wanted to share it with you. So I hope you enjoyed hearing about these. I would love to chat with you down below and hear how you've been liking these as well, how you've been using them. At the time that I'm publishing this, I believe there will be a day or 2 left to sign up for the box. Subscriptions for Beauty Heroes, I think, always close on the 20th of every month unless they sell out. But I think that they do still have some of these in stock. So you can pick this up as a one-off box or sign up for a 3, 6, or 12-month subscription with Beauty Heroes. I do have a code with them. It's LAMOUR15 and it will get you 15% off as a new customer, any of those options. So if you wanted to just pick up a one-time box of this, you could get 15% off just putting that code at checkout. Let me know if you have any problems with that. Or if you have any questions, please feel free to put them down below. I'm so glad I got this video filmed before my baby woke up. It's always like a nail biter because my baby is very unpredictable. Coming up on being a year old. I cannot believe it. It makes me extremely emotional. My second baby will turn 1 on October 1st, and it's just been such a wild ride. So that's, I think, a good note to end on. I have a ton of other things I can try and do during this nap time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss my weekly videos. Tons of other places to find me. I am pulling back on Instagram just because I frankly think it's a massive waste of time for me personally. And I'm reinvesting, as you can probably tell, in YouTube. I have my new website coming out, hopefully, I think sometime within the next month, which I'm excited about. Patreon, I devote lots of time and attention over there. So those are the places you can find me. Please keep in touch and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.